Alright guys, welcome to the second episode of my Writing a Book series. If you don't know me already, my name is Ravi, I'm an author and I'm writing my third book currently. I've also read several books on writing and attended multiple writing conferences, and I'd love to share the information that I found. In the last episode, we talked about the idea of your novel, and first of all how to find it, secondly, if that idea is good enough. So do check that out if that interests you. Today, however, I wanted to discuss putting pen to paper, or the beginning of your novel. So, if you're at this stage, then hopefully you've got an idea that you're happy with. But you may be feeling a little bit daunted about this massive task that you're about to undertake. I'm here to tell you that the time flies by, if you're not fixated on the end goal. You need to approach the book one day at a time and stop worrying about when it's going to be finished. If you're writing every day, it could be done in a month. If you don't have that time, it could be done in a year. But whatever you do, once it's been finished, it will be there for eternity. So this year of writing is really nothing in the grand scheme of things. Which feeds into my next point. How much do you need to be writing a day? Many people will tell you that consistency is the most important thing, and that you need to write every single day. But whilst this is important, I think that we're missing a key element. When you're getting into your story, you should be consistent, because it allows you to immerse yourself in the world. But that doesn't mean that you cannot take any breaks. I only write for about 6 months every year, and during those 6 months, I write 2,000 words every day. But the other 6 months, I do absolutely no writing. So my advice is, when you write consistently, and aim for a daily word count. But if you need to take a break, take a break. I recommend 500 words for beginners, 1,000 words if you're a bit more experienced or if you have a full-time job, and 2,000 words if you work part-time or you've been writing for a long time. Next, I want to talk about the doubt. My biggest concern was, what happens once the book is finished? What happens if nobody wants to publish it? Have I just wasted a year of my life? No, you haven't. I need you to trust me on this one. Even if no one else in the world reads it, the satisfaction of having completed such a task is incredible. It's a testament to your hard work, strength of character, determination, and nothing else is quite like it. Furthermore, you have all of the memories that you created while making that masterpiece. So please don't forget that. Now, even if you don't believe me, and you think that you need the satisfaction of having your book published to be happy, then there is hope. Because in this day and age, even if you are unsuccessful with traditional publishing, you can always self-publish. And many people even prefer this option nowadays. So, we've covered some of the mental barriers to writing a book, but now let's talk about putting pen to paper. A plotter plans the story in extensive detail, whereas a pantser makes up the book as they go along. So both types of writers have very different approaches when they're beginning a book. You may need to experiment with both types, but my recommendation is, if the thought of planning sounds laborious, then just begin writing. But if planning sounds exciting and you're eager to fit the pieces of the puzzle together before you begin, then you're probably a plotter. Which is better? Well, they both have their advantages and disadvantages. But in my completely biased opinion, I think that being a pantser is more fun and I prefer the advantages that you get. The main being that at every point in your story, you're doing what feels the most natural. You're not forcing anything. So the story is always going to flow nicely. Now, regardless of whether you're a plotter or a pantser, there are some things that you need to do when you begin. Such as who your characters are and how their backstory has shaped them to be this way. What are the challenges going to be that your characters face through their journey? What is the fuel that makes your reader excited to keep reading? Examples could be, who's the killer? Will the main character save the world in time? What dragon will the main character pick? And you also need to have a vague idea of the direction that you want to take the book, and perhaps a little bit of an idea about what you want the ending to be. Note that this could change entirely when you begin writing. Alright writers, the last thing I want to address is the word vomit. Your first draft is a first draft. Do not spend hours perfecting every single sentence, because it would just make writing feel tedious and tiring. Your first craft is about creating something magical. Your second and subsequent drafts are about translating that magic into something your readers can appreciate. So just write and don't look back. I promise you it will be okay. And that concludes my session on putting pen to paper. I hope you've all learned something and comment any questions that you had along the way. Please also leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.